Blake's Buzz Live. Hate less, read comics. It's Blake's Buzz Live.
Buzz, buzz, babies.
Hey, buzz, babies! Happy Mother Buzzing Wednesday! I hope everybody went out comic shopping and got some cool stuff. And hopefully you're watching us before you dive into The Boys and that new Punisher show I hear is on. I hear they're both pretty good. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm so stoked. I got some fun people to talk to tonight with some cool stuff going on. Some of you may get a kick out of it because being on the EXP, y'all are familiar with a lot of live selling. I'm not. I'm still kind of tinkering. I have so much stuff I would just love to mouth off online and sling and get rid of. I think that'd be so neat. But you know, maybe tonight's guest will give us a jump start into that realm. But first we got some stuff. I don't know where any of my stuff is. All right, here we go. First, we got some things that I gotta talk about. Tonight's show is always our biggest, most amazingest fan, Michael Gecko Adams, who's got a lot of awesome stuff going on, including Hero out from Keen Spot. If you want to keep up with what Mike's got going on and trust in the buzz, baby, you want to keep up with what he's got going on, get on over to geckoadams.com, sign up for his mailing list. He's a super cool dude, got super cool stuff going on, and check out Hero. It's a great comic, fun for all ages, amazing art, amazing story, lots of laughs. If for some reason your shop can't get it, head on over to the Keen Spot shop. Check that out. There's links in the description. You can find that link. And tonight's guests, the stuff they're talking about, there's links in that as well that you can find them, which is awesome. That's how locked in I am. Also, I want to shout out Will Allred's crossover division. It's returning for its 8th issue, and we've got a killer Tulalote variant for y'all to check out. Hank and Hector are coming up against Sherlock Holmes in this issue, but it won't be your normal literary romp along Baker Street. Oh no, Will's got crazier plans for you. We are almost to 100 followers on Kickstarter. Sign up. Guess what? The link is in the description. And finally, Shaolin Nun, which we just funded today. So stoked. Thank you, all you amazing Kickstarter warriors. We got big female energy in a kung fu crime epic. Mei Yin travels to LA, ends up entangled in a human trafficking ring. Doug Wagner, writer of a hit series Narco, sent us over a great pull quote. Per Doug, all the soul of old school kung fu with a modern bite and a whole lot of heart. You know, if the writer of one of the hottest comics on the market told me to buy a book, I would buy it. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. And that's the end of our ad reads. And now we can get started. We can get started on the Mother Buzzing Show. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to bring out some cool people tonight? We've got, I think this is a first. No. Way old school. When Blake used to drink Blake's Buzz, we had a husband-wife comic book team. But we got a new one coming back tonight. We got a husband and wife comic book duo. They own and operate Tuxedo Tiger Comics and recently launched a new live selling platform called Icona. Let's get them out here. It's Michael and Amber Lynch. Whoa! Why is my audience on a delay? You're done. You're cut off.
Hey,
you never know what's going to happen live. How you both doing tonight? What's going on?
I mean, I guess we couldn't be better. It's awesome. Glad to be here. Appreciate you letting us on.
Oh, dude, no, I was stoked. People that have known me for a while, back in the old crazy days that we still got a little bit of PTSD from, called the Metal Ninja Studios era of Blake Morgan. That's where I met Mike. We did some work. We did some trade dressing stuff for him. And he's Mike just doing cool stuff at Tuxedo Tiger Comics. One of those the retailer exclusive stuff, doing a bunch of cool things. Kind of you kind of gotta, what you do online, y'all gotta kind of follow the speculators in a psychic sense. You have to be one. You have to like know what to order. You have to know what's going to be hot, and not even that. You have to know which variants to pick up from which artists and stuff. I guess just to kick off, just kind of letting the people know what you do.
We're pretty much modern stock brokers, right? We're over here okay, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. But then it comes out, oh, it's not good. It's not good at all. For instance, we launched Strange Tales #1 by John Vasquez. I think is an amazing cover. Super sexy Vampirilla cover. Didn't sell one. So it's like you're watching the charts. You're like, okay, they're buying this. They're buying this. They're buying this. They're buying this. Well, guess what? That third time they bought it, that was the last time they decided to buy it. So when you do that fourth cover, it's it's fun. It's fun. I mean, you gotta love it. You gotta love what you do, especially with Tuxedo Tiger Comics and the publishing side of it. When we're doing the cosplay covers, all that great stuff, it's a gamble, and it's really fun. I love working with artists. Yeah, I mean, I love when the way we run our business is, let's say we're deciding to do a Vampirilla cover or something. We're like, hey, we need a Vampirilla cover by this day. Run with it. And they turn in something, and we're like, wow, this is the best piece of art I've ever seen in my life. And then we launch it into the abyss and hope that someone picks it up. And that's the reason so many artists love working with us, because we have found when you give them a little direction. It's like when you go into an Indian reservation, you're like, hey, you don't have to walk the path, but stay on the reservation, and we're good to go.
Well, sometimes we get in the right direction than others.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, we spent last year on doing exclusives and our publishing side with artists. We spent $250,000 just on artists.
Yeah, that was our biggest expense.
That was our biggest expense last year. We love to keep artists busy. Like right now, our calendar, we're about 2 months packed of doing 3 to 4 drops a week. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, we stay pretty busy. We keep artists really busy, and yeah, we love it. We love it.
And you do most of this. This is all done through the website, Tuxedo Tiger Comics.com. I think that it's linked in the show notes. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize.
So yeah, we do. So about half of our revenue comes from the website, and then the other half from Icona Live.
Dude, that is rad. Now, Aaron, how did you are you a nerd at heart? Did you get roped into this through guilt, or were the dollar signs were just like the piles of gold in front of you? You couldn't say no. Like how did you get roped into the comic business?
Oh, okay. So first, I'm ADHD to hell. Okay, when I can't just so. A little bit about me is when I start doing something, I'm all in. Okay, I can't especially with my hobbies like jujitsu, one of my biggest hobby. I can't just do it and like hobby it. I'm on my phone, only videos of jujitsu, only videos of comics, only videos of this, and it's to the point to where it's like, hey, Mike, can you go do this? No, I have this going, and I have this going. That's it. Sorry. And it's like, that's all my life. Right. So I think that's why Tuxedo Tiger Comics, Icona, and everything I pretty much do, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but it's successful because I give all of me to it, like to a fault, like where she's over here, like, can we stop talking about Tuxedo Tiger Comics? Like, I understand we're up at 2:00 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, well, we got this artist playing this month, and she's like, how did the conversation go here? We're talking about the clothes we needed to be folded, like, and I'm like, babe, we got to talk about it. It has to be talked about. I mean, and then so, yeah, I mean, it's awesome.
Now I heard we've mentioned it a couple times. Icona is the new the hot new platform. You've just posted. You guys have rocketed past 6 figures in sales, your first 6 figures in sales, which is amazing. Things seem to be working. You're bringing on more artists and stuff. There are a lot of live selling is hot right now, right? Like live sell, ripping cards, ripping blind bags, all the like doing it live is the cool thing.
Yep.
I chose to eat hot dogs. We all do different stuff, right? But what made you want to go like all into this because you've now started this new thing and you're up against giants. You're up against established audiences, established names, established streamers with profiles with metrics to back it up, right? So like you're having one of these 2 a.m. conversations and not folding laundry, and you're like, I'm going to take over the online streaming market game. Like how does this happen?
So it's kind of like a David and Goliath kind of thing, right? So Goliath would be Walmart. Some are surprised to find out that Walmart has live streaming now, right? So you have Walmart, eBay Live, whatnot. So what our superpower is our niche. We're extremely comic centered, and that's the reason anytime we onboard a seller to our app, it's, man, on the early days of Whatnot, you go on Whatnot, you sit there for 4 hours, you get 2 people in your room, and it's not fun. It's not fun. Whereas we laser focus on comic buyers. We also have such a large audience moving onto the app that everyone that comes on, that's comic sellers, they already have like a community built for them. It's like we're welcoming. So first of all, we're comic sellers first that just happen to own a live selling platform. So that's our superpower. So when we onboard a seller, it's not like you're just another number. You feel like you're walking. Like my analogy is, you have the Walking Dead, you have the big gates opening for the new settlement, the new survivors. We're welcoming you into our tribe, and we built this for you. Come in. And yeah, the reason we built it is because like we saw the writing on the wall. When you cast your net, when you have big investors and all this great stuff, you got to turn a profit quarter over quarter, or at least year over year. Fingers crossed. And the only way to do that in live selling is to cast a wider and wider net. And it's funny that I started using that analogy because other platforms are now live selling fish. So when it started out as collectibles or a Funko catalog, whatever, it started off as this niche kind of thing, but now we're selling anything and everything. But if it has anything to do with a girl in lingerie, or you might be showing breasts, I don't know how censored this is, I forgot. You're kicked off because there's not a market for that on their app for some reason.
It's like Facebook. It's like Facebook rules, basically.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So, but I get it. When you allow minors to sell on an app, you can't allow sexy. So no matter what toggles you use, if you allow a minor to sell on your app, you can't do sexy anymore. And if you look at sexy compared to Pokemon cards, which I love Pokemon cards, I got a literal lot briefcase with my cards in them that no one can touch. But you look at, you got sexy, and then you have Pokemon cards and Gucci bags. So and now lobsters, because I bought 2 Wagyu steaks on the platform last night.
That was really overpriced.
Yeah, $160 later.
How much? How many ounces was the steak?
2 8-ounces
steaks.
Wow.
That's Japanese Wagyus.
I bet they're going to be good. Yeah, I haven't got to try. I've had
the marbling look good. The marbling look good. But yeah, that's our superpower. You go on the app, you got comics, you got people that want to buy comics, and it surprises me every day. Like I log in, we have the Icona official channel, and we have buyers because I'm growing the regular book side, like the Marvel, DC, like Spider-Man, Superman side of the business now. And we get buyers that come in, and I'm like, dude, where'd you come from? I've never even, okay. And they're like, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. Every channel I go into, it's another cool cat selling comics. And I'm like, that's what we wanted from the beginning. So I think that's why we're blowing up so fast, because we have a haven for comic collectors.
Just thinking that.
So, and
so
yeah,
it's like a community. You're like building like a new community and a new hangout spot. Because I didn't really think about that, like, because comics are a small part of eBay Live and of
Tiny.
whatnot. They sell so much stuff on there. So like to like hyper focus on comics, of course you're gonna find like more camaraderie, more people want. That's cool. That's so like, is that stressful on top of it though? Like, because you're launching this new platform. There's all these like money things you have to worry about, like website stuff you have to worry about. But now you're also like, in a sense, like you've constructed this new community, this like a welcoming place for nerds and sellers to like come together. So it's just like, how do you keep it like from like becoming too big of a monster to control?
See,
or do you want it to be too big of a monster? I guess that could be.
No. We want select, because we don't want to run. I don't want to have the, a whole warehouse full of people that have to moderate and run everything, right? We still want it to feel more of a community. We want it to have, and I feel like that's the magic you lose when you cast that wide net, to where you could, instead of going into my show and I'm talking to you about the new Absolute Batman that just came out, and then you could bounce it to the next show and you could continue the conversation. Whereas when you're casting a wide net, you swipe, you go from awesome comics to now Funkos, you swipe again, now you're looking at seafood, you swipe again, and it's like you lose that magic behind it. Whereas you can go on Icona Live and just stay there and hang out. Right, guys, I gotta go. Love you, peace. We're gonna send you in with RMC Collectibles, and then just continue hanging out. That's what we love about it. It actually originally was just going to be a platform for Tuxedo Tiger Comics to sell on, but we saw, like I said, we saw the writing on the wall on where things were going, and like now you can see Kickstarter doing the same thing. It's like 2026 is becoming the year to shun adult comics almost, right? It can, and I'm not just talking about sexy. I'm talking about just anything like more adult, like you can't even do EC horror code comics anymore covers. So it's like 2026 is the year of like, we're pushing that out. And I mean, I get it. Again, these live platforms, comics in general, it's such a tiny portion of the money they make. So it's like, let's make it PG as much as we can on all these platforms, so we can allow anything and everything to be sold on it. And that's where you lose your magic. That's where you lose your special sauce. And we don't want to be like that.
That's awesome. Before I want to get more into this adult content thing we were talking about in the green room, but before I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. Kenneth hanging out, always good to see you, dude. Shouting out the EXP. We are streaming on the EXP across multiple networks. I'm on a lot of places right now. It's real neat. Mad Prophet Tommy, what's up, dude? Always good to see you. He kind of tuned in about this. He said Tommy says a lot of cosplayers he found online turned out to be only fan models. Few of them have done variant covers for books like Red Sonja. Do you think there's a market to tap OF fans who aren't necessarily comic fans? I feel like that may be a whole revenue stream. I've seen a lot of people do that. Pat Shand, who always comes up in a lot of these conversations, just 'cause he's a great guy, he knows what he's doing, and he's got his toes in every pond in comics, I feel like. But he's done that. He's actually gone to adult conferences and taken like OF model nude covers to the conferences and had these like, comics with nude covers at the and did fairly well and was showing at them for a while, and was kind of I think he said he's done with it. I think he's kind of done. He's starting to do his own conventions and stuff, it sounds like. But anyway, Tommy, it does sound like there is a place for that. Yeah, it's people love the new. I love pinup covers. I love cosplay covers. Like when you get like someone who did like a great cosplay, and it's also usually a beautiful person. And
Vampirilla cosplay. You have Rachel. You have Emma. You have Motley now. And that's what I love about comics. You can bring in so many different walks of life and so many different backgrounds to one thing. And it's awesome. That's awesome. And who's to say, how can I judge you because you're an OF model, and you did a Red Sonja? where, like, how, I don't understand that. To me, I don't get it. And that's why we also have a cosplay category on Icona Live, which we're bringing on some big cosplayers.
We already have a couple big ones.
We just brought on, we have Rachie, Emma, Motley,
Oh wow.
Dare to Please, with close to over 1 million followers online. So it's like, and these people have been looking for somewhere they can sell their prints without being persecuted and feeling like they're judged. And it's like, that's their form of art. You know, like they're their own artists when they're making these outfits, these cosplays, like, and then you're bringing life to these comic books, like these, like I said, Red Sonja, all these amazing, beautiful female characters, like, that we probably will never be able to see on TV because they always get canceled at the last moment for a budget cut. You get to see it. And I think that's why it's such a big market for that. But again, when you're casting a wide net, you can't allow that stuff. It's bad. It's not good.
That's true. Also, shout out to Bree. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you. Last bite of this dog goes out to you, Bree. I don't know. Is this gonna be a new thing on the show? It might be. I got a couple more.
Top 10 dogs with Blake.
Start donating money in the chat. I'll take bites of hot dogs for it. No, we're not gonna. Maybe one day. All right. I have a question now. I have food in my mouth. You mentioned like some of these cosplayers and models with millions of followers, right? How does that affect marketing the books? Like when they do it, do you find like they're following, even though maybe they aren't necessarily comic book people? Are they hopping on? Are they buying these things?
They love it. They love it because, again, it's also new to them too. So just imagine you have your favorite Playboy actress and she started doing Red Sonja covers, but you didn't know it because, one, she has no way to really sell it. She gets her comps, but where's she going to put them at? She's going to throw them up on eBay, right? And she's not going to really use that as a post on her OF feed or something because, I mean, like you got to look at it time versus money. And when she has a platform like this where she can go live for an hour and make $800 selling prints that she's been stocking up on, these guys go crazy because they're like, dude, this is awesome. Like, I get my own piece of your art versus something I'm just downloading to my phone. You know what I mean? It's digital, physical. Like when they started with video games, I don't know about you, I'm old school. When I buy my video games, I love to have the disc still.
I try. Exactly. I like having the little Nintendo Switch cartridges.
The cartridge, literally. Like, man, there will always be a space for physical over digital. Always going to be a space for that.
Well, and especially with like some of the variants, like especially you get into the cool, metals and foils and cool stuff that you can do now, and these like, whether it's art or a good, a good sexy pinup photo or so, a cover shoot, you can make these things pop a lot differently than a typical signed and autographed print that they sell or like that you get sometimes if you like subscribe to people's Patreons and stuff like that. So you have a more like unique offering that you can bring. So we've been teetering around it. We're going to dive in now. So we work occasionally in not safe for work comic content, right? Like you do not safe for work covers for some of your comics. So sometimes even when the comic does not have nude interiors, you can have nude exteriors, and people are into that, and especially when your audience gets to know you, and so your audience knows that you have spicy stuff and you have spicy offerings, and anyways they get into that. It's getting there. They want it to get harder for us to sling smut is what they're trying to do. They want to make it harder to sling smut, and I think it's so silly. What we can and can't police, right? But like, this was part of what led you into developing Icona, right? You were like, you were like, we're not going to be censored. This is beautiful art. We shouldn't have to hide it behind gross, huge black bars or blur half of it or not show part of it because it's got part of an ass crack on it, right? Or it's got back dimples, and those, back dimples are sexier than any ass crack I've ever seen. By the way, I mean, it's just if we go, or like the little back rolls, little side back. I'm sorry, that stuff is way sexier than a butt crack, but we can show that stuff anyways. So it does get to be a bummer, and on Kickstarter, it gets stressful because it's like, ooh, what can we show? What can't we show? And you know, we have these naughty variants, but now we can't really show them. Some people show them off site in Discord or stuff like that, you know, but not everybody's on your Discord. So anyway, this is kind of what this policing what we are allowed to view on the internet is kind of what led you to think about this. And I didn't know until we talked earlier that this was a deal for the live sellers, because I didn't realize it was as strict as, like, thinking of like our mutual friend Ali Garza, right? Who like who's monetized on Facebook, used to make a nice little side bit of money on Facebook, and continuously got bad, like, you know, had his hand smacked by Facebook and Meta simultaneously for some of the art that he would show. So like what was your thought on this, and what made you want to, like, I mean, this is like the best Free the Nipple story ever, right? But it's like it's Free the Nipple
exactly. Like I don't feel like, and again, so going back to the website and stuff, like I'm fortunate enough that I grew my website as I was growing my live stream community, right? A lot of businesses don't have that luxury of what like we did and the way we did it, right? So just imagine you're at home one day, you can take this with Kickstarter too now, and you open up an email from your favorite platformer, and it's telling you, hey, I'm sorry, you're banned indefinitely because you showed a little too much areola last night in your live stream. So like, and this is at years of you building this business on there, doing, you know, this is your livelihood. Like I used to, even though we don't need the app, I have employees because of the app, right? I wouldn't need all these employees if I didn't have the app, but their livelihoods depend on me, which then I depend on the app to help pay for that. So I would lay up at night stressing, like, man, like, what can we do to protect us? And I love starting businesses. I have the biggest heart in the world when it comes to helping people out. Where I get in trouble with her because she's like, what are you doing? Why are you You're building your own competition? What are you doing?
Yeah.
And why? Are you getting anything from it? Did you ask for a percentage of the business? No. I don't know. I'm friendly. I don't know. I would literally, like, be in like panic attacks with her. Like, I can see where this is going, Amber. Like, we need something to fix this, but not only for us, for everyone else that's in this space. And yeah, that's why we did it. It's been fun. Don't get me wrong. We've gotten some backlash, like if you've seen my latest Facebook posts about that. And it's funny because like platforms are now moving to the way that we run our platform, which we got backlash on in the beginning. So it's like, okay, well, I mean, yeah, I guess we're ahead of the curve. But
it's a good place to be.
Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to have something where, like I said, a haven, a safe place for people. Like, hey man, I don't want to worry about being able to pay my bills next month if I get banned here. And like, again, with these Kickstarter guys, like that, what's happening with Kickstarter is like, it's on the same kind of scale of what's happening with the other platforms, but it's all shifting to that direction of, we want to be, unless you're making them billions of dollars, Stripe, we want to be PG. Like, and it's sad because then at the same time you have OnlyFans, which everyone knows what makes the money on OnlyFans. There's nothing wrong with it. We love it, right? But if you're anyone else, that payment processor is not going to be okay with supporting you, right? So we've jumped through a lot of hoops. We've worked with our payment processor to make sure we're completely compliant. We have age gated, even though we're moving and onboarding a lot of sellers that are selling modern comics, like exclusives and stuff. We still age gate our platform because we don't want minors on the platform scrolling. And like, the worst thing that used to bug me is, oh, I'm sorry, my son is signed in on my profile and bought that. It's like, okay.
My buddy's son we just had this conversation.
Yeah.
My buddy Cole's kid just ordered the new Lego Batman game deluxe, the $90 deluxe edition.
There you go.
on his phone. I was like, hell yeah! I was like, that's cool. But no, I could see how that could be. If you weren't a single guy laughing at it, it could be annoying, but also dangerous. Like what they can order and fall into, and then
my daughters
then
order
you can get in
Amazon stuff
trouble.
all the time.
Yeah. But that makes sense. The age gating thing, so much. There's a lot of America right now. You have to upload a picture of your driver's license to log into an adult site, right? So there's things that you could do other than like, we're just not going to deal with it, or we're just gonna throw our hands up and bend the knee to stripe, and it's just it's crazy, and it's I know it's been something that we've dealt with, like, because they've held funds. Like Stripe can hold funds. They can shut. Stripe can cause a lot of ruckus, which is why these like threats aren't really empty threats, right? And there's already so many talks of like new platforms and all these things, and it's just. And competition is good, right? Because it keeps people on their toes and it keeps people working harder. But also like too much competition, and then also like too many things. It could have like I'm like a bad side of what could have happened to you, right? Like you could have tried to do this, took on too much, could have failed, right? So like a lot of people could be looking like, oh, there's a lot of interest here. We got to do this and we got to do this now, and there's not going to be a lot of preparation for maybe some of these new outlets that pop up saying that they'll host whatever kind of content you want. And also like none of this is going to be vetted. All this, it's all going to be brand. It took you months to start earning trust and bringing on people. Like you've been grinding. So that's none of this is going to happen overnight. So there's a lot of livelihoods out there, right? Like I know a lot of people. I saw a comment on Facebook and someone was like, some dude was freaking out about it, and he's like, "This isn't right," and da da da. And someone left a comment, and they're like, "Wow, you're so freaked out about porn, man." And it's like, okay. Like whatever, but it is and like you mentioned, the artists, like a lot of artists draw beautiful naked people and make a lot of money drawing beautiful naked. Look at Shikari, right? Like, and other artists like them. And so you're messing with their livelihoods and their pocketbooks, and they've built a reputation, they've built a brand, and they've built a business on this. So it does go beyond it's just porn. It's not. No, it's like it's an industry. Whether you want to acknowledge it or respect it, it's an industry. It's a powerful industry. It is a heavily monetized and networked industry, and there's a lot of talent in it, and they deserve respect, whether they are a model, a cosplayer, an OF model, or what, like it's work, and they work hard to make that content. And it shouldn't be so easy. I know I'm on a soapbox. But it shouldn't be easy to pull a rug out from under them and affect their income like that.
So do you think someone would have walked up to Michelangelo when he is carving out that beautiful penis and being like, and tell him, hey, that is porn. Yeah. You're not doing it anymore. Like, yeah. No, like modern day Michelangelos. There you go.
Yeah. We had it looks like the chat's mainly agreeing. Tommy's, I don't know if you want to take this to Tuxedo, but if you want to do sexy tree lady variants, or call him naughty variants. But yeah, a lot of people, no one's really into this policing morality online. Like we all, like, kids are great, right? Yes, we need to protect the kids, and they need to. It's way easy for anyone to stumble into way worse stuff than nudity on the internet, right? But it's just we need things put in place. But like you said, so where do we start? We start with age gating. Okay, it's implemented into like every web suite. It's implemented everywhere. It would be very easy And Kickstarter could have a toggle on it, right where the AI thing is, where you say, I didn't use AI or I did use AI. And right next to that, it could be like, does this have adult material in it? Does this need the under or over 18 or older badge or whatever? And you say yes. If you don't click that and you get caught, then you get a slap on the wrist or whatever, right? Anyways, it's so crazy. So I love that. I love that part of what y'all are doing is combating against that. Because I won't lie, like I help a lot of. I'm running 4 campaigns and doing some social stuff for people right now. None of them are all of them are safe for work, right? Some of them are violent and action oriented and could, if you showed a bloody photo, I guess could get pulled off Kickstarter. But so it's not like the only books I do now are not safe for work. But I won't lie, like a lot of money I've made in my comic book career has been from not safe for work titles, and working with those creators and stuff. And they're awesome people. They're fun, and it's so silly to get hung up on. But I guess how's it going? So how's it like? I know we mentioned the successes, right? The 6 figures, all these sales, the new users. It seems to be working, but there's got to be like a lot of technical website stuff, like with the streaming and networking and stuff. Like, how are you working with all that? And spinning off of that, how many people work with you all, and like contractors or something? Like, I mean, how big's your crew running this thing?
No, we're around, and we're small. Again, we're small, and we've gotten flack for being small, and I think that's a compliment at the same time, because if you look at in the grand scheme of things of what we're able to accomplish with the amount of people we have, like you can make fun of us being small, but I mean, like it's like comparing a bodybuilder that's 150 pounds benching 500 pounds. Like, oh yeah, you're small, but you're mighty. So Tuxedo Tiger Comics has around 4 employees. And then Icona, we have a social media team based out of Ireland. I don't know how many people work for them. I just handle the manager. And then we have a developer team out of Kenya, which that's fun. And he has 4 or 5 employees. So total, I mean, you could say we're probably around 10 to 12 employees total.
Wow.
With both businesses.
What's that like running remote teams on opposite sides of the country? If something bad happens, if the site goes down or the app crashes and won't launch, like what kind of situation does that?
And that's why it's so expensive, and why no one has made a live platform yet. I figured out that the hard way is because you don't just pay your main developer. You also pay another team of developers underneath him to be awake and be working when the head guy's not working anymore. So it's fun. I mean, super expensive. Me being up for literally 24 hours at a time, talking with them, fixing things. Hashtag I need an admin. So if anyone's looking for admin stuff, send me a thing. So yeah, it's been tough, especially like when we first started. So the way the time frame went is we were going to launch about almost a year ago, but the code we were using, which eBay Live uses the same code, Drip uses the same code. I don't know how they're sleeping at night. I'd be scared. Pop Shop Live uses the same code. We got the code too, but then Whatnot patented a lot of stuff on this code for live auctions. So we had to go back and scrap everything we did and build it from the ground up. Because, like, for instance, getting in the technical weeds of things, one of the biggest things they patented was the auto auctions. If you win an auction, you can just click a button and it starts the next one's automatic, the run next option, where it's like categorized, but you don't have to go into a shop and click, to run the next item you want to run. You can just click a button and it's automatic. Everyone uses that. Everyone uses that right now in live shows. So, yeah, that was scary. And then, with my health stuff, we kind of talked about a little bit. Yeah, it was rough. But like I said, I got a big heart, and I don't really have quit in me when it comes to when I get like I'm getting something done.
Yeah.
And I didn't let much of that affect us. I was just like, okay, well, if we got to start over, I got to spend more money. We're going to get this done. We're going to get this done. We're going to get it done right. Because that was one of my biggest fears is, hey, I'm going to grow this thing for everybody. It's like fitting everyone in your car and then telling them, actually, it doesn't run. I'm sorry. We got to get out and get into another one. So it's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want as many people that want to be part of our tribe and know that they're safe. So yeah, I mean, it was a crazy 2025 going into 2026. It did open up my eyes a lot. Like I said, with like the health scare and stuff. But yeah, we're doing great.
Is this? Do you two work too, or is this? Are you all?
I mean, do we work?
I'm sorry. Do you have like a job with healthcare or something outside of this, or are you all Tuxedo and Icona?
All Tuxedo Icona.
That's so cool. That's rad. I hope I didn't offend. I didn't mean. So many people like will do that. It's because you all got kids too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know a lot of people like it's you think sometimes like they're like this a full-time creator, right? And then you find out they like work in a hospital and they have, anyways. That's amazing. That's so cool. And I want to talk about this because it was very shortly after I met you, Mike, that you like we did some work. You got this new comic IP and we're talking about doing some cool stuff with it. And you got hit with something absolutely freaking crazy. Like I like go tell us the story, because it's just you really a lot of people told me that when I got fired and they were like, dude, you went right back out there, and I was like, yeah, I was broke. I was like, you can't. I had bills. I couldn't just be like, I'm gonna be sad for a month, like I gotta
sad. And the 5 minutes you're taking a shower, okay, you get out of the shower, wipe the sadness off with your towel, and you go back out there and you do what you got to do.
But it's man, when you like when you find out like you're sick, right? And not let us know first, like what happened that led you to the doctor and just I guess let's get into it. Like
she finally talked me into going to the doctor regularly, getting your blood tests and stuff, and it's very important. Like if you're a guy, you need to get your blood test, you need to test your testosterone, you need to get all those kind of things tested. I started doing that. I hate getting my blood drawn. I hate it. Literally, the fact, like, where I would used to make her sit beside me. I'm like, babe, I gotta go get my blood drawn today. I need you to come with me. I need you to hold my hand. So anyways, getting regular checkups, wondering why certain levels were low, to then finally getting an MRI. And it's very important. If you can afford it, or I mean, even if you can't, you need to go on your couch and find some pennies or something and get an MRI done every few years at least, just to get like a full checkup on your brain and everything. Got an MRI done, found out I had some frontal lobe lesions, which we now think were developed as I was aging or whatever, as a baby and stuff like that. We don't know yet. Fingers crossed that's what it is. And then we found out I had a tumor on my pituitary gland, which is still there. It's just not exploding. So we're good. We monitor it. But yeah, so that was terrifying to get that news. But at the end of the day, when you have a family, you have a community like we've built, like I can't just we couldn't just sit down and cry about it all the time. Literally, we were fulfilling a Kickstarter. We were fulfilling Duty Calls Girls 3
Yeah, I remember that.
when I got the phone call about it. Mm-hmm. This was right after I bought the Queens of Dixie IP, and right after you were turning in all that stuff. And we were so excited about it. We were about to launch that. And then we got this news. And yeah, it's expensive. But I mean, it's just life. If you can't roll with the punches, then you're just going to stay down.
Yeah.
And you don't want to stay down. And I mean, honestly, since then, everything's been looking up for us. I mean, we do, as everyone does, we have our lows, but we we don't let those lows keep us low. We just, like I said, roll with the punches and try to make every day the best we can. Like, she works all day on online orders and running Tuxedo Tiger Comics. I work all day with developer teams and my admins and stuff like that for Icona, and we just push forward. So like, no matter what, next week I can find out it's the size of a grapefruit, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what I'm doing today and what we're doing to better our lives and the people around us. So yeah.
Does having that to focus on, because some people can't roll like that. You said roll with the punches. Everybody deals with stress differently, right? But like, some people can't they can't funnel that fear and stress and anxiety and bad news into a way to be productive, right? And I'm sure it helps, right? Having a company you have to run and having things, there's moving parts. Like you said, you're doing fulfillment. You got this new comic coming. But you very much, you could have taken a break. You could have really let it slow you down. But I mean, I feel like, it's been a little over a year, but like, you've just been like, you just like worked through it. And I love that you both like, you worked through it like together as a family. Tommy says in the chat, y'all should think about this too. You should think about, check out Comics Pro. It's really cool for retailers. It's supposed to be for like brick and mortar shops, but I know a lot of people are pushing for like digital retailers, because you are retailers and a lot about the market. But your story, how your vibe you would feel. It was like, dude, it's fucking magical, dude. Last year, like it was one of the coolest things. Like I still couldn't believe it. It was so. So it was cooler than like a comic convention, and like it was like a comic convention, but a lot more like intimate. I bumped into Jonathan Hickman. I was like, whoa. I was like, but anyways, it's just a lot of people with like that are just like excited to have these kinds of conversations. And we don't cross paths. It seems much with people that are always excited to have these conversations. So anyways, that was a good call out, Tommy. But yeah, I thought that was so cool about you both, that you worked through it and you worked through it together. Cause I like stories like that, like in reels, right? Like when dogs get saved and like, like inspirational shit.
15 seconds.
Yeah, but it's like when it's like that, but like also in comics, it's just, I just feel like we don't get. It's always like someone got screwed by a contract or should have got this amount of money and didn't, and it's just like
it is sad. It is sad. Like when everyone's talking about today being absolute 20 spine tick day, and like that's going around. It's like, so you have your Instagram pages where everyone's posting their exclusives, but most of the meat potatoes, the stuff that we actually talk about in the comic industry, is pretty negative, unfortunately. Like, whereas most of other industries, you only get the highlight reels, right? So I feel like we kind of need to, have more of a balance to that. Because like when everyone's so doom and gloom, like, oh, absolute Batman 20 just caused the whole market to crash, or 19 and sorry, I think it was from 17 to 20. Everyone's talking about the bubble popping, and now 20 having all the damages. So it's like, hey, let's remember what we're doing this for. Like, remember little 7-year-old Tommy, whatever. I'm just giving an example. Comic book business owner now. When he was 7 years old, he would have. If you could go back and tell that kid right now, the worst thing that's happened to me this month is my Absolute Batman 20 had spine ticks on it. You know what I mean? You can explain to customers, hey, my whole run of Absolute Batman 20 were damaged. If you want a refund, I can give you a refund. But if not, let me give you like 15% off a coupon or something. I'm sorry this happened to you. And just roll with it. Just go with it. It's still fun. It's still awesome. You still made, and think about the amount of retailers like in the world that have an Absolute Batman 20, like out of every other business, every other thing, like you're still so small. You're still a small number. And that's awesome to think about. You're able to do a Batman book. You were able to do a Spider-Man book which has basically your name on the back of it, or it's on your website. Like, that's a huge thing. That's a huge accomplishment. So be happy that something like that was able to happen to you. And I get it. It's a lot of work and a lot of money. But at the end of the day, the world's not going to end. Guess what? The next Batman is going to come out next month. And continue with it. Continue it. Turn these negatives into positives. Let's not be so negative all the time about everything.
I love that. I try real hard to be, and especially on this channel, right? Like I will post my sad boy bullshit online. I know I'm not perfect, but like
you gotta have you have a balance. You have a balance. As long as the positives outweighing the negative,
yeah,
you're okay. Give me 10 positives, 1 negative.
There you go. But I saw a lot of like strong spins about people they love to attack absolute Batman, you know, and I get it. There's some jealousy. There's some I think a lot of it is jealousy, and it's just, you know, like, and not also it's also just kind of ridiculous, you know, like some comics can't be seen at all, and this one can't stop selling like 18 million copies or whatever, you know. And it's just like, and so I get it.
I get it.
But like so many people, especially with the spine ticks, and they were like you mentioned, they were like, oh, like absolute Batman, these shipments, and the bubble's gonna pop. Industry's dead. Industry's already dead, man. And I was like, how do we get here again? Like, how we always, no matter what happens, it's like, dude, PRH was like drop kicking their boxes before they shipped them for a while. I mean, like, dude, whole inventories were getting ruined because they didn't know how to like ship comics, apparently. But you know, like no one was like, the industry's over. But like absolute Batman has spine ticks. They're like, bubbles popped, industry's dead. These variants, like, what the hell's going on? I do not understand, and I also don't understand how like video game people don't do it. Like when something weird happens in the game industry or a game flops.
2077 released, like it's almost unplayable, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
But then you give it a year. Now everyone's now talking about how it's the best thing ever.
Best thing, yeah, it's the best thing.
That's what's going to happen with Absolute Batman. So give it 2 years from now when Scott or whatever, they decide to stop writing it, which I hope never happens because it's an awesome storyline. But if it ever does happen, we're gonna have people that are gonna wish we could go back to just being upset about spine ticks. But that's not even the biggest thing. So Absolute Batman's doing great, but let's look at the industry as a whole. Nectar number one went crazy. Mm-hmm. White Sky went crazy. Now we have Red Roots going crazy. Corpse Night, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like the industry's fine. Yes, your batch of comics, this is you, right? Your batch of comics are ruined. I did 3 Absolute Batman 20s. So yeah, I'm not happy, but in the grand scheme of things, it's okay. Yeah. And I get it. If you bet your whole livelihood on this, you opened up your comic book shop last week, and your first Batman ended up being an Absolute Batman 20. I get it. It's upsetting. It's upsetting. But jump on Nectar next month.
Yeah. I agree, Tom. It is cool to hate stuff that's popular. He also says Tommy's first job. I didn't even know time went back this far, Tommy. Back in 1994. I didn't even know. Like the language was around, like human language was around in 1994. He said, "Yeah, comics are always dying." It's just it's weird to me. It's weird. It seems like sometimes and it's when I say they, is a small percentage of they, but there are those they make themselves known and they're annoying about it. And it's like, do you want them to die? Are you mad that they didn't die? Like every couple months, you're like excited about the potential of like all comics dying.
When when these people make a video about that, though, that's when their fans come on the video, and then all of a sudden they see a little uptick on their Shopify store.
Yeah,
because they were talking about something controversial, and it's okay. It's okay if that's how you vent, and that's how that type of energy you want to put out. That's okay. Do it. I'm happy for you, because like at the end of the day, they're talking about comics. I would rather have someone yelling on the side of the street that comics are dying and don't buy Absolute Batman 20 than someone no one talking about comics at all.
That's true. Segueing into that, I know you're not into the idea of policing content. At the same time, your Icona streamers, there has to be rules and regulations. There has to be some kind of rules and regulations. Things you can't have people selling stuff and not fulfilling and all that, right?
Of course.
What do you look for? And like both for your outlet and also like you do a lot of research. You watch a lot of streamers. There's probably streamers that you like that you would like even enjoy watching, right? Like what do you look for in a good live seller, right? Like maybe they want to ruffle some feathers and poke buttons every now and then, but but also you want them to support the community. You want them to so like what do you think makes a good seller streamer?
Well, at the end of the day, I mean, there's a lot of points I can go on and be like, hey, you got to be able to sell, or you got to be able to talk to people a certain way. But for us, we don't care about all that. The community we're building is, as long as you're a good person and you take care of the people around you, you're fine. You're going to do great in this community. So above all, you just have to be a decent person, and you don't have to have the same political beliefs. You don't have to believe in a god, but at the end of the day, you treat me okay, I treat you okay. That
your customers.
Yeah, we're happy. We're happy.
That's cool. Have you had? Has there been any like? I guess have you had to like be the boss and lay the smack down and be like, hey, you gotta either do this or you got to stream some, like, have you had to be the bad guy yet? Or is
no. Cool? So of course, when launching a platform like this, we have, and we have to go through this, we're scrubbing it soon. We have around 65 active sellers, but at the end of the day, we allow our customers to police us, right? We have our rules and regulations for payment processing and all that great stuff. That's the stuff that, they're basically our god. We can't do nothing about it, or we get smited. But the customers are the next level from that. Okay, so if a seller's like, if customers are coming on, hey, this seller continuously reschedules his shows, or he's talking to us a certain way. Thank God we haven't had to do much of anything like that. I mean, we get messages of like, I want to spend my money with this guy, but this guy will never go live. Like we get those type of messages. But yeah, for the most part, we vet everyone like very good. Like I'll go in and I'll go stream snipe and go under fake profiles. But let's watch this person. Let's see how he interacts, and then we'll have someone on our team go in there and ask something controversial, see how he acts about it, and then okay, no, that guy's awesome. Okay, great reviews. Okay, he takes care of his people. That's good. All right, yeah, we can get you approved. So it's like, it's a big strenuous process, and that's one of the reasons I continuously have around 200 seller applications, because like we don't just allow anybody and everybody. So
and the other platforms do, right? Like anybody can sign up. You can link a bank account or whatever to it, and
2 seconds. Again, that's the wide net approach.
Yeah.
We have a small tribe, and we want to keep it that way. And going back to like cons and stuff, we're doing not safe for work cons too, right? Like for instance, the rest of the year we're going to sponsor every GalaxyCon event. And it's funny because they started doing a deep space venue for not safe for work people, which I was surprised by. I was like, whoa, I didn't like, when did y'all start this? They actually started it right as we launched Icona. So it's kind of like it was a great partnership to begin with.
Cool.
So yeah.
I love like, not only are you supporting the community, but you're like legit supporting indie artists and like helping them, like helping indie artists get work, sell their goods, make money. I think it's so cool, and it really is needed, because as we're seeing, even before the last couple days, the last few months, we've had friends have their posts taken down, just trying to trying to post something about a new variant and
Yep.
having too much cleavage or whatever on it, and it's getting to the point. I think, a lot of people, they want to go like the puritanical religious, and maybe it is part of it. Okay. Like, but I really think what it is, I think a lot of these platforms, they are smartly going in and making it impossible for you to promote without dumping money into it. Right. Like, I bet you $1 if you wanted to dump money into a meta ad, some of that art that they wagged their finger at would probably not be as mad about it anymore, right?
Those AI girls ads.
Yeah,
I don't know
we
if you've
see
seen them.
that.
We get it all the time.
Yeah.
You get this literal naked female, but you can tell it's an ad, and they're spending thousands of dollars on it probably, so it's okay. It's just, at the end of the day, is it making us enough money to justify having it?
Yeah.
That's what it is. And when you're running business, I get it. When you're running a huge business, you have investors and things. You have to look at it as, can we bat our eye to this because it makes us enough money? And if it doesn't, and it makes it harder to sell the business, harder on the payment processor, why risk it? And I mean, I get it. So I can see both sides of it. But at the same time, I have 50 friends right now getting all their Kickstarters taken down. They're worried, like, dude, what am I going to do? Because a lot of my friends even have their book finished. Like, they're done. They already spent all this money. Like, what are you
hoping they're going to get some of that back and be able to print it, right?
And everyone thinks Kickstarter is this gold mine, but no, you're making a portion of what you just paid to get. You're using Kickstarter to basically help you make some of the money back that you put into this.
Everybody loses money on Kickstarter, folks. I don't know. I am the only person that makes money on Kickstarter. It's because the comics aren't mine.
Off the top.
Right? But everybody loses money. Like, the art, if Kickstarter's already expensive, and everybody knows it, and I'm not making, but like, shipping is getting more expensive and all this stuff. But like, it would be insane what they would have to charge per single issue on Kickstarter to like really make the money, and that the funding goals would all be way, because that's the new trend right now, right? How low can we put our goal and hope we actually make this much, but we want to fund day of to like, get into the algorithmic, anyways, it's so silly. But yeah, I don't know if I'm sure a lot of people don't know this, but yeah, you lose money on Kickstarter. What it does is if you're a smart creator and you're able, I know not everybody's able, but the smart best way to do it is you pay to have your art done. The book is mostly done. And then basically you take that money to get your pre-press done and send it to print. Right. And then you have this book now that you can try and pitch, and you can take to shows, and you can table with it. Right. So you now have access to a part of the comic book industry that you didn't before, but you did not make that money back. Right. And you may eventually, it's a long game, but that may be on issue 4 or 5 or so, so it's strange. And I still see a lot of people be like, oh, Kickstarter's so expensive, and $18 and shipping, and that's why, because even though they charge $18, they're still losing money on it. It's not like these big publishers that can order 50,000 of a unit and pay nothing to have it printed, right? So just a little 2 cents for you out there to fill you in. Dude, I'm so stoked to because I've talked to you a little bit about what you've been doing, right? And I kind of knew what it was, but I didn't really know, where the need for this stemmed from, because I'm not a live seller, and I don't, I'm poor, and so I don't do a lot of auctioning.
Don't participate.
Yeah. So I just it's part of a world. When it first launched, I used to do like early whatnot streams. Like, I used to hop on, and every night, like Vault used to do live auctions all the time for like crazy weird Vault variants and stuff. And I always used to try, and it always got outbid anyway. But it was like, I like the early days. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's evolved. It's such a bigger monster now with all these different platforms. It's so cool that you're part of it, and I love why you're a part of it. Like your reasoning behind it, on the sleepless nights and why you felt like you needed to move into the space. I think it's a really great story, and I think after the last couple days, I think a lot of people should be listening to you and thinking about where they can take their stuff. Because
No, yeah, that's one thing that, like I said, that's why we're building this for, like, we want to be that safeguard. We want to be the bumpers at the bowling alley. We want the industry to still be able to continue without being like afraid at night. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
if, okay, let's say my Kickstarter got canceled tomorrow, and I'm like, oh my God, I have my website and I have my Kickstarter. What am I going to do now? Because I use my Kickstarter to push people to my website. Well, now if I don't have my Kickstarter, what am I going to do? Well, jump on live, talk with some cool comic book collectors, and show them your book. You're literally pitching comic book collectors your comic book. So, no, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Do you think you in the future will use crowdfunding again, or do you think most of your Tuxedo Tiger properties you're going to do through your own website and through the live selling and your own channels that you?
Well, yeah, I mean, so it's all marketing at the end of the day. We will still try to do the crowdfunding and stuff because we have a crowdfunding manager. He creates all the graphics, does everything. And yeah, I mean, we do know that, hey, there's a huge chance that avenue it could be banned. But at the end of the day, they still have clients that haven't heard. Like, we have people that will not buy from our website, but when we drop the next issue on Kickstarter, boom, they're picking it up.
Yeah.
So,
audience on there.
and it's going to take a while for that audience, especially the not safe for work audience on Kickstarter, because everyone likes to cling to what they know.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, like, for instance, with Whatnot, we have loyal customers that would not come over to Icona until we stop doing shows on Whatnot. And I understand. I mean, if you have the easy button right here, well, if I could just wait for them to do a Whatnot show, why would I go follow them on this other platform?
Yeah.
So it's going to take a while to train your people to, hey, I'm no longer here, guys. You have to come here. And everyone's going to hold on to Kickstarter until the ship is literally, like, it's going to be Jack and Rose, and Rose is like
they do wait until the end.
Yeah, it's going to be until the absolute down to it's going to suck, but it's okay. I mean, understand, and we just continue pushing and nurturing until we get there.
Oh yeah, I think that's great. I think the industry needs it. Especially with all the chaos over the last couple of days, and where things seem to be heading. But I really do think that the industry needs it, especially like, it kind of akin to all the new like distribution options popping up, right? Like, that was my old job. Like at Prana, we used to help. We were a distribution aggregator, and we would help people get into the direct market, right? Like, I think it's better that there are more options there than just Diamond and Lunar, and it's just like kind of everybody's hungry and everybody's keeping it's not it's a little so I feel like you're kind of helping that form or that not form in live streaming, right? You're trying to keep the playing field level.
There's a monopoly right now, like on collectibles and comics and stuff, when it's like they want to grow, these platforms want to grow it and grow, basically, like I said, throw that wide net. That's going to be the title of this video. Throw the wide net. No, I'm just kidding.
The wide net.
And
it's better than like Hotdogs, Big Ideas, and Blake's Buzz. Exactly. Whatever the hell I put on this show.
Crazy. So they want to grow. They want to say they're growing this collectibles and comics like community, but also dissolve what they don't like. But it's like, when I'm inviting you like into my family, I accept you for all you are. So like, I'm going to buy Lobster on Whatnot. Well, what if I want to go buy a Vampirilla book? Okay. Well, what if I want to go buy a Not Safe for Work book? So it's like, but now, since you like Not Safe for Work stuff, we're going to dissolve that whole category. But you can still buy Lobsters. And it's like, no, like, I don't know. I'm here for Lobsters. So
You can still
yeah,
there's still
yeah.
board games. Look
Yeah,
at all these board
yeah,
games.
or music. I don't know. So it's like, I don't know. Like I said, that's our magic sauce. We're staying true to what we are and who we are, and yeah, that's awesome. It's gonna be awesome, and I think that's one of the reasons we're growing so quickly.
That's good. I think it's a great reason to grow when you're supporting the community and putting a good vibes out here. What's up? Brian says he came here for hot dogs and he got comic discussion instead.
Yeah.
I know. It's
eating.
Naruto, Tommy. Come on, man. By the way, we got a special. I got to find Tommy's special announcement. I saw it somewhere. Here we go. Nope. I missed it. Tommy. Oh, here we go. You guys ready? You guys ready for this? Tommy starting aggressive positivity next week, 10 p.m. I'm assuming that's Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern. He's been talking about it for a while. We had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and he talked about it then. We've all been pretty stoked about it. Hell yeah. Making the EXP a little weirder, one show at a time. Hell yeah, Tommy. I'm stoked for you, bud. But Brian says he also got comic. Yeah, I try and keep a healthy medium of hot dog shenanigan and good comic book discourse. I've kept you guys for an hour. I so appreciate you coming on and talking about what you got going on. I'm so glad things are going well, both for just like y'all and the family and yourselves and these new projects you're taking on. The community seems to just be embracing it, and I just the vibes are good, and in this industry, good vibes say a lot these days. So congratulations to you both, because I am the polite, kind, wonderful, magnanimous, just charismatic podcast host that I am. This is a part I give to you all. Shout out like your web stores, any special events or streams or stuff you got going on, anything you would like people to follow or sign up for. I will shut up and let both of you just take the mic and tell us like how we can support you and spend money and help you all out.
Yeah. The best way to support us is to just go out and buy comics in general, and buy what you like. It doesn't matter what you like in the comic industry, go buy it. That helps us. It helps everyone else. Keeps everyone afloat. All rising tides brings all boats up. But if you want to support us, you can go to tuxedotigercomics.com. You can download Icona Live and support any of the sellers on there. That is amazing. Go in there. Hey, I came from Blake's Bloods. I want to do a shout out. Drop some hot dogs in the chat. Something. That would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, great vibes and positivity. Just go out there and buy some comic books and read some comic books.
And be happy with your spine-ticked absolute Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we're reading about a character that we never thought would be on TV. So
yeah, that Bruce Wayne would not care about ticks on a spine.
He'd
put him there. He'd put him there.
Literally.
Well, Mike, it was so great like I said, I've known you for a while. This was the most we've ever actually talked in one sitting. It was great. It was great to talk to you. It was so awesome to meet you. I know there are a lot of nerds out there that would be like a husband and wife comic book team company. It kind of sounds like the dream come true. So I kind of hate both of you a little bit. That's fine. We won't talk about that. No, it's so cool what y'all are doing, and I wish you the best of luck. Check out the websites, follow them, check out some live sales, and yeah, please name drop me, drop some hot dogs in the chat. I'd make anytime you want to make your boy look cooler on other platforms or in front of other comic book nerds, I'm all about it. But I do think y'all should check it out, and I think a lot of retailers and people that have stuff you want to get rid of, it's a really cool way, whether it's on their platform or somewhere else, wherever you end up. But it's a cool way to kind of get rid of some of your stuff and also be a part of the community. And it also may remind you that you don't want to get rid of as much of that stuff as you thought you did. But it's just you know, I love doing this. I really do. Like there are days where like I have long days and I think about not doing it, right? I'm like, man, I wish I could cancel my show. And as soon as the mic comes down and I turn the lights on, it feels good. It feels like it's where I'm supposed to be. And so the idea of combining that with auctioneering in a way, like of selling some comics and back issues or like, you know, I've got like a couple like Death of Superman stuff that I don't need, but like that, you know, like to find people that would connect with these things anyways, it's really cool. I really encourage people to check out whatever avenue you decide. And especially retailers, like it's the stuff you do every day in your shop, you could do in front of a camera and potentially make yourself some extra money. And so I really think you should, you know, check that out and, you know, reach out to people like Michael and online and, you know, I'm sure they'll answer your questions and talk to you about stuff, but it's, live selling is not going away. It's rolling down that hill. The snowball's getting bigger and bigger. There's a lot of people making money on it, Mike, and I could use some of that scratch. I can tell you, you know, like, anyways, it was so cool finding out what y'all are doing, and you know, I'll keep doing this over and over again. I'll keep saying like, it was great to talk to you guys. I suck at ending my own show. I've done this for years. I can't end a damn podcast. It's impossible. All right, no, I think we got it. All right, everybody out there, thank you so much for tuning in every Wednesday 9 p.m. We are here eating hot dogs, talking comic books, spreading the love, baby. Love more, hate less, read books. We'll be back next Wednesday. And, oh, I wish they made this easier. I need like 8 hands.